Back at it once again. It's your man, Boss Gang VIP, with the weekly money watch. Man, last week was absolutely amazing. SPY, new all-time high. It seems like SPY makes a new all-time high every single day. There was some volatility. We finished the week just above the outside bar 50%, and we are looking to see what happens from here. There were some events that happened this weekend, and we'll get a little bit into that, and we'll try to be creative. So if you haven't already, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you can get the videos as soon as they drop. Not going to take up too much of your time. Let's go ahead and get into it like we always do. Start off by taking a look at the Roth IRA new money public portfolio. It reached another all-time high, so everything is looking absolutely phenomenal. If you know anybody that's interested in starting a portfolio and learning how to do things the right way, make sure to send them over to the channel, and we are going to try to teach them the right way to do things so that they can have all the success that they desire. So we're doing very, very well. Let's take a look at the upcoming week. Check out the Market Watch economic calendar. Monday, Fed Chair Powell speaks, 12 p.m. Everyone will be paying attention to that. Whenever he speaks, it's an event. Tuesday, the 16th, U.S. retail sales, business inventories, home builder confidence. Wednesday, housing starts, industrial production, Fed beige book, and Thursday, initial jobless claims, U.S. leading economic indicators, and Friday, a couple Fed speakers. Let's get into the week. According to the Almanac, Monday, before July expiration, the Dow has been up 15 of the last 20 trading sessions. With that being said, overall, the day is historically bearish, which means over 60% of the time. So it said that the Dow is typically bullish, which it is about 62% of the time. NASDAQ about 52.4% of the time. But then SPY overall is only bullish 38.1% of the time. Now, we know that this year SPY has been kind of pretty much doing whatever it wants to do. It's been on a flat out rocket going straight up. So anything can happen. Obviously, Tuesday should be pretty mixed. Wednesday and Thursday are both historically bullish days in the market. Obviously, this week is options expiration week for July. And for July expiration day, the Dow has been down 15 of the last 23. It was minus 4.6% in 2002 and 2.5% in 2010. This Friday is historically very, very bearish. It's only green on the Dow about 24% of the time, on the S&P about 29% of the time, and on NASDAQ 19% of the time. So if we were to get some volatility and some downside movement, do not be surprised at all. As we go forward, I will lead you guys down the right way so that you guys have the right mindset and you guys know how to look at the market the right way, so you're not caught off guard or anything like that. I'm pretty good at what I do, and I'm going to help make sure you guys are led the right way. Let's get into some of the news. Donald Trump survives assassination attempt at Pennsylvania. This is on businesstoday.in. So yeah, it was a crazy event. If you haven't been keeping up, maybe you have. Um, he's in Pennsylvania. Trump is in Pennsylvania, and he's having his rally. And there's a shooter on top of the building. And as you can see in this photo right here, there's blood on his face, and he actually got shot in the ear. So that's a good thing that he was able to survive. Unfortunately, um, one of his supporters wasn't able to make it. So I'm not really into the politics, but despite whatever you believe or anything like that, you never want to see any events unfold like this. But this is definitely going to be an iconic photo, and then one of the events I'll remember for a really long time. So there's quite a few events that have happened in my life that kind of really stand out, and this will be another one of those. And we'll kind of see what this does to the market. I believe futures is up right now as I'm speaking, but who knows what will happen in the morning. But we do have some really nice setups that we're going to look at, and then some creative ideas. We want to see what happens. One of the narratives that was coming from this event was that because Trump is kind of, I don't even know if this is the right word, but kind of like a martyr, even though he's still alive, that people are really, really supposed to be supporting him even more now that he's, really, really strong and all that kind of stuff. And he's able to make it out of this. And he has a thing where he's walking off and he's pumping his fist and he's telling people to fight. And I think people really, really like that. Whatever you feel about the person, I think just in general, people like confidence and people they feel like overcome, right? So it's going to be interesting, and we'll go ahead. And it made me start to think about a couple of the stocks associated with Donald Trump. Now, one of them, I guess the first one I'll look at is DJT. This is not so much a technical thing, but I'm just wondering what will happen, if it'll be positive for Donald Trump. I don't see how it would be negative, but price action, market makers can do whatever they want to do. But I'm interested, and I'm going to be keeping my eyes on DJT. Another one I'm going to be keeping an eye on is Rumble. It did finish the end of last week extremely strong, 6.83%. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Obviously, these are a couple very speculative plays. But I'm definitely going to keep my eye on these things, because if they do want to take off, there is a ton of room to run. And especially when you talk about continuity on something like rum, it's green on all of the major time frames. Just squeeze on the quarter, but we got the inside month green, the week green, quarter green. So we'll see what happens there. So let's get into the plays for this week. Cybersecurity, a Zscaler. This one's pretty clean here. We got a 2 week. Let's see, 2 week above. Let me activate this. Above 203.42. Pretty clean. Started down, hammer last week. So yeah, it's already 2 up continuation on the month. So looks like we have a chance to push up there, broadening formations, and get us well over 230. Another one I'm going to be looking at this week, VFC. It's inside a weekly broadening formation now. Looking for a 2 week. What is the numbers on here? Let me activate this. That's a 2 week above $13.85. That should make a decent move up there. That's the first target there. So nice 2 week setup. Another one I'm very, very interested in, because this one has a ton of potential to the upside. KVUE. It actually had a failed month and a failed quarter down, right? So we'll look here. We got that failed quarter. So it started 2 down on the quarter, and it started 2 down on the month. We got the 2 down on the week last week, and that all pushed back up. Let me kind of zoom out so we can see what we're looking at as far as magnitude. That broadening formation that's above it is around 21.34. We got a couple levels that we want to get to, but once we get above the broad information, we're looking at this 27.78 level. And then the other side of broad information is absolutely phenomenal. It's around 55.30. So the company hasn't been around long at all. So hit a high of 27.78, pulled all the way back, and we're going to see if this wants to push back up. So that's a 2 week above $18.41. I'm looking forward to having an absolutely wonderful week, and I hope you are as well. We'll see how SPY starts the week, see if we start down like the historical numbers say, or if we'll start up. Of course, we had some interesting days last week where the Russell went crazy and we had NASDAQ down. So the way the market's been behaving, you never know, but we're looking forward to it and we'll be prepared. If you have any comments, make sure to put those down below. If you haven't already, go check out some of the previous watch lists because there are some super bangers on there. Matter of fact, let me pull up a ticker. One of the tickers we put a couple weeks ago, if you want to check out the old watch list, was SMR. We had a 2-day above $10.02, and the stock is $15.34. That is over 50% on the underlying. So make sure to check out some of those old watch lists. We do have some bangers on there. Who do you know is giving you plays that go 50% on the underlying stock? You don't know anybody. So go check out some of these old watch lists. Check out the new ones. Pay attention to them. Chart them up. We're trying to give you the best opportunities available. If you guys have any questions for me, again, put them in the comments below. If you guys get any wins, put those in the comments below as well. This is Boss Gang VIP, new Money Watch. This is the weekly Money Watch. I'm going to get at y'all next time. Y'all have a good one. Peace.